God morning and good morning. Welcome. I am your host, Luis Lopez, and you're listening to Talking Cancer, My Journey, My Way. And as I start my morning every day, thank God for the wake up. Thank God for the wake up. Thank God for the wake up. Another blessed day, to say the least. Another reason to smile. Another reason to be grateful. Just because I woke up. Remember that. You get another day. You get another moment to do the things you love to do and love the people around you. You know, times like this, you need to remember what to be grateful for. We are blessed with another opportunity just to make the most of the day and become better people and get closer to our higher power. These are just the simplest facts of life that there are. You know, yesterday I went to go do my CT scan and an MRI scan to get the latest and greatest update. You know, but doing this scan, it's not I wasn't really thinking about it too much, because it really, for me, it truly doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, we are human and we do think about things. And after the CT scan and the MRI, which, by the way, the MRI scan was just the longest MRI scan I've ever had. I was inside that tunnel for about an hour, easy. And they did like the colon area, the pelvis, and the stomach. And that MRI it just took forever. I mean, that little weighted radiation thing that they put on my chest is, just got so hot, and the hairs on my chest started to itch like so bad. Oh man. But I say all that because, once it was done, my mind started thinking like, well, what if it's bigger, or what if but I started thinking of some of the negative where I haven't been in such a long time. It feels like I totally disregarded the negative, and I started to think and I started to question, and why am I even questioning? Seriously, I didn't understand why I was in that element, in that zone. I'm doing better this morning, but I wanted to share because this thing that we call cancer, it just doesn't go away. It just seems to just find its way to creep back into your world and get to thinking, especially because I've been in this great place. I mean, even though I talk about it on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, it's not there really for me. You know, like I said, I'm in such a good place. I haven't been doing any tests. I haven't been doing anything, but now you bring the test and get that involved. Now, like, reality sets in. You know, I mean, I was living, technically, been living in reality to begin with, but then just the thoughts that come along with being diagnosed with something like cancer and something like, where the doctor claims it's terminal and things like that, it just makes you think, like, it just puts you in a bad space. It's about the easiest way that I could put it. I am better this morning. I'm not in that space. I am grateful, and I understand that was just a moment, and now it's time to put that aside and continue on my journey of being better, of just being better, practicing being better. We only have this one life, and nothing else truly matters. Things are beneficial, yes, when you're financially in a good place and things like that and all of that, but we've heard time and time again, we cannot take these materialistic things with us. The only thing that we could do is leave some sort of legacy where your memory lives on. The things that you were doing to be better. Your legacy keeps you alive. And these are the things that I'm attempting to do. One, along with my podcast, something that just doesn't go anywhere. It'll be up, and that's that. And we'll continue to bring cancer awareness to the forefront. Continue to, and like I said, as my podcast platform continues to grow and continues to just do the things that it does and gain its followers naturally, these things will come. The longevity of it will be here. Talking Cancer isn't going anywhere. Talking Cancer is made for all types of cancers, not just my own. And I just want to share, my journey. I want to share your journey. We all deserve to be heard, and without the stipulations of certain things. I've mentioned once before that, the industry is full of brands, and you represent one brand, you represent another brand. Well, I don't represent a brand. I represent just humanity and how you feel. Whether you feel you've got it all under control, whether you feel like you're losing control, it doesn't matter. Whether you just want to yell at the way things are done, you want to address the way things are done, the way healthcare is handled, We're going to just leave it like that, right? This is your platform, and these are the things that I tried to bring to you. As you know, I'm working on. I didn't get to do it yesterday too much, but I'm definitely going to be continue to look into USPF-TF, which is an acronym for the United States Preventive Services Task Force. And I will be continuing to look into that to find out how to change the recommended age of colon cancer screening. I think this is huge in the medical field. Now, what does that mean to the medical field's bottom dollar or bottom line? I believe that if you change the age and number of the colorectal screening, then and only then will we be able to get a stranglehold on this particular type of cancer. It's a great opportunity, and this cancer is very, very much preventable. You don't have to sit here in the shoes of stage 4, metastatic, terminal, which the doctor deems terminal, no cure. I think this is huge, a huge step in the right direction if this recommendation is considered and changed. Again, it's a win for the medical field, as their rooms are less populated with cancer patients that are passing or have been diagnosed with something. We could nip this in the bud and get these cancer numbers down for colorectal cancer. But you also have the bottom line. It also means less chemo treatments, and less revenue for Big Pharma. So it's a double whammy. But since we are in the business of financial gain, it's hard to say where their decision may lie. Now, do you have a staff that takes these considerations morally, or are we looking at the bottom line? Those are the questions that people need to answer themselves. And these are the types of decisions that need to be made. And these are the types of decisions, I believe, when it comes time for judgment. What did you do? What did you do? Especially when you have the control that you have been given. What do you do? Do you do the right thing and stand with life? Or do you stand with the dollar? These are questions and things that you are going to have to live with for the rest of your life. Decisions that impact hundreds and thousands of people a year. They say about 200,000 people will be diagnosed with colon cancer or colorectal cancer by the end of this year. 200,000 people diagnosed by the end of this year. That's a huge number. I know it sounds like a drop in the bucket when it comes to the amount of people that live just in the United States alone. But it's not. It's a big number. It's a huge number. Now, I could go further, but I've always had this thing in the back of my mind, in regards to like off topic, but like population control and things like that. I believe that there are things that are the people that are in control do, such as war, such as, diseases, man-made diseases, to help with that. Because if there wasn't, then imagine how many more people would still be alive today. We are a growing world, and I understand that. But not everybody sees the big picture. Most people are not ready for the big picture. And that's just as simple as it gets. But there are people up there that have decisions, and they have some sense of morality of what's right and what's wrong. Don't be afraid to cite on the way of right. Do what's morally right. If you're listening, I'm pretty sure they are USPSTF. I hope you're listening. Incite on your moral ethics and not the bottom dollar. There's so many people that don't have to be or deal with the challenges of this cancer mindset. And you don't need it. We don't need it. The world doesn't need it. I'm not sure about all the other cancers that are out there, and even though I will be having more and more guests to help me understand their type of cancers a little bit more, I just happen to be living with colorectal cancer. So I've been able to take just a deeper dive than I normally would. That's just me. I bring to you this show because I care, because I want to make a change, not just for myself, but I want to make a change for the future. So, in the meantime, while we're working on getting this age change considered, listen to your body. That's probably the biggest thing that you can do. no matter your age. I don't care if you're 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. If you're feeling something, if you're feeling some stomach pain, if your stool seems different, things of that nature, please take a moment and request a colonoscopy. If you're having abdominal issues, please request a colonoscopy. You could be doing yourself a favor. One, either catching something early, but at the end of the day, giving yourself a peace of mind that, hey, you know what? Nothing was wrong, and all you did was take a precaution. In the words of Sugar Free, stay ready and you ain't got to get ready. Be sure to tune in every day, Monday through Friday. You can find me on all of your favorite streaming podcast platforms. Be sure to like, follow, share, or subscribe. And thank you for joining me on another episode of Talking Cancer. I am your host, Luis Lopez, and I'm out. Peace, love, one.